So I'm super excited. There are two things inside the Skillable TMS updates that we have done in May of 2023. As you said, I cannot believe it's June already, but our team has been awesome and has been releasing some amazing things. One of them really will impact a lot of things for today, right? So now we have a subscription training key access, and you're probably wondering, what is all that about? As you're probably aware, when you build your subscription keys, you get an expiration date. Those expiration dates simply is when does the key expire, and the user gets however long you've set that for. So it could be 365 days. Well, now we have the ability to lock subscription keys to a date, so the user can actually redeem a key maybe for a year, but the content that they have access to now can have its own expiration date. So maybe rather than saying, hey, this key is available for a whole year, and once the subscription disappears, you've lost it. Maybe that's 365 days. Or maybe it's saying, hey, I'm going to give you 365 days, but when you actually access the content, you've now only got maybe 180 days or 90 days to get something complete. So this is a really, really neat feature that we've added in here. I think it's going to help a lot with people. I think, when we looked at them before, and we kind of put everyone in that bucket of this is how long that they get, you can really now start to add little features like the content availability and making it only available for a specific amount of time. One of the use cases that you might be thinking, why would I use this over just giving everyone 365 days? It's great because as you build out your subscription and you offer the subscription keys, if you have vendors where you're only offering your product to them for a small amount of time, and then you get another contract and they maybe say, hey, get 365 days. Well, now you've got to go in, you've got to recreate. This is a quick and easy way that you can absolutely do that, and you can add those availabilities on there. Again, keeping in with that, like the efficiency of using the TMS, if you've noticed over the last couple of workshops that we've done, we've really looked at how do we take the TMS and how do we streamline a lot of those processes. I believe 2 months ago, we did all the APIs, right? So we looked at how can the API help you guys really take your lab, your environments and be able to offer them out and quickly. How do you utilize them within the TMS, right? The APIs are great because they can streamline a lot of your processes, from creating classes to creating courses to creating course assignments. So we looked at that. Then we also last month looked at notifications. So how do automated notifications help, right? So we looked at then, if you have a process where your end user is getting their product quickly, you can create it using the API. You can notify them using the automated notifications so that they know they have access to it. And now we're starting to implement the TMS webhooks. The cool thing about the TMS webhooks is that there is only currently one of them today, right? We released it and there's only one call you can make. For those that are not familiar with what is a webhook, well, it's very similar to an API. An API, you're constantly asking us for information. You're constantly saying, give me this or create me this. I need this, I need this. With webhooks, it's the other way, right? When something happens, when a trigger happens, we send you the details. We say, hey, this happened. Let me go ahead and send it to you. The first one that we created was course assignment changed. So that is the trigger. When a course assignment is changed, a trigger will send out, a notification will send out, and it will say, hey, go ahead and make whatever necessary changes you need to make. Those would be, if you're storing a lot of your student data on a secondary platform, or maybe it's a different LMS where they need to get their information on. It's just that they utilize TMS in order to access that content. Really great ways. Like I say, it is the first one, right? It's one that we just released. It's one that's going to be super exciting. Again, keeping with that flow, that whole streamlining the process. So now you can now get information from creating a course, adding it via the API, notifying the user using the automated notifications, to now the webhooks getting the information back to say, hey, that student has completed whatever course that they have been assigned. As we say, it's going to be a small library to start with. So on the initial launch, we just have that one. What I've been asked, and one thing I would love, if all of you are passionate about the TMS as I am, if you want to have more webhooks, which will come, and you really want to see a specific webhook or one that you think this would totally help my workflow, please submit your ideas to the feedback feature page. This is super important. This is going to be a big driving avenue for us. It's going to be the ones that we look at and go, hey, we really think that we should push this. You know, we're getting a lot of traction on it. Otherwise, what kind of happens, as always, in any type of environments, in any type of organizations, we go based on what we get information kind of from the CSMs and from others, like your account executives. They also talk to customers, and we kind of come up with like, these are, you know, topics that we keep hearing over and over. But if there's something that you specifically want to see that you're like, this would be amazing if we could get it, please, by all means, go in and put that in the feature request.